Anybody having a grand life? Anybody having some grand challenges in that grand life that we have? Yeah, a couple of you. Okay, good. So first off, I want to just thank Erin and the team and the band and everybody that I know and everybody that I don't know for letting me be here today, having me here today. And Rob is not here today because he is very busy in the Seattle area at his 50th high school reunion. I said, how do you go to a 50th reunion when you're only 50? He says, And then he got there the other day and he said, he's saying to his buddy, his best buddy, he goes, what are we doing hanging out with all these old people? Well, I don't know. I don't know. How does everybody else get old? And we don't, right? But he sends his love. And he said he would be watching live streams. So everybody turn around and wave at him. Say, hi, Rob. So the question that I have for you this morning. Would it be all right with you if life got easier? I hear some giggles down front. Would it be all right with you if life got easier? It can. It can. It can get easier. Now, we get a little confused. We're on planet Earth, and we think planet Earth is going to be like... Well, I don't know what we think it's going to be like. I don't know what you think it's going to be like. But I will tell you that I've had moments in my life when I thought that once I got over this hump or once I got around this corner, that everything would be smooth sailing. Yeah? You know, some of us are ordained here, right? Erin and Jackie and Marianne. Didn't you think that when the stole was put upon us and we were anointed by ordination that everything would be grand, right? Easy. No, they didn't get that memo. Maybe that was just me. I thought I could walk on water. I thought, I'm ordained. I'm going to be able to walk on water. Well, you know what? I can't even walk on it when it's frozen. But life is meant to be easier, but it's not necessarily easy. Life can be a struggle. Our stories come from our struggles. Our struggles give us, create in us, cause us to be who we are. We are defined, typically, by what we've come through. But there's a way to reframe that a little bit. What we tend to do is get focused on our story. We get focused on our challenge. Just think about it for your own life. I'm not going to ask anybody if this is true for you, but just own it. Just think about it for yourself. When you have a challenge going on, what is it that you talk about? How you want it to be or how it isn't how you want it to be? Just a question. Just a question. Just a question. I wrote this book recently, and it went through a few variations of titles, but what it ended up being titled was Falling into Ease. And then shortly after the book was birthed, I downloaded this guidebook. So they're both in the bookstore there, but I wanted to just share one of the things on the back of the bookstore is written by Reverend Chris Chenoweth. Anybody here know Reverend Chris Chenoweth? How many years ago was Chris here? But he was here for a good long time. Many people. He was here, 10 years or something, wasn't he, Erin? A long time. Anyway, he left. I know when he left because he left about the time we started seminary in 98. But he wrote this. He said, life is a God-given gift to be enjoyed and cherished even in the rough places. But sometimes we need a guide to get out of our thought ruts. A guide has been written for you. Falling into Ease by Aliza Bloom Robinson is a well-written book that I recommend for this transition into your higher living. Easy to read, easy to relate to, easy to implement. Don't put off what can begin right now, your life. Don't put off your life until things get better. I saw on Facebook, my grand research place, a friend of mine Sherilyn put this post out the other day, and she's like saying to God, she's like, God, I break. And God says, Sherilyn, what do you need a break from? And Sherilyn said, the stress and the struggle and the issues and the challenges and all of the stuff. And God said, you need a break from the illusion? And Sherilyn goes, what? It's all illusion? It is all illusion, and it's very real. Both are true. I need a break. I need a break. I need a break. Well, falling can cause a break. Falling, we can fall together. We can fall apart. We can fall down. We can fall into ease. But the sense of falling can sometimes be traumatic. A few years ago, I did a flying trapeze. Now, some of you might go, and why? And I would say, I don't really know. But it was one of those experiences that showed up in my life as an opportunity for spiritual growth, as an opportunity to go and try something that was incredibly terrifying. So you climb up, it's this little rope ladder, right? And it goes up, it's in Austin. Anybody been to Austin? There's a place, a retreat, and it's like up on the hills. Crossroads, something, I can't remember. I know you were there, Erin. But anyway, it's like you climb up this rope ladder that's about a foot wide and wobbly because it's rope, and you go up and up and up and up until you're about, felt like 4 miles in the air, right? And then you step on to this platform that's like 3 by 2. And then they tell you to jump. And you go, yeah, no. And they're like, you paid for this. And I'm like, yeah, no. And of course you were harnessed, and of course you were extremely safe, and of course all of that was true. And they're like, no, you have to go. It's 1, 2, 3, hop. You don't say go because it sounds like no. 1, 2, 3, hop. And you hop, and you go flying through the air. And it's the most exhilarating thing in all the world. And they taught us in just a couple of hours how to hang upside down, how to do the flip. You flip off onto the net. And then if you were really, really good, you got to be caught by the other trapezes. Right? I didn't get caught that first time. I was too scared. It took me too long to hop. So guess what? I had to go back and pay again and do it again. And you're going, why would you do that? Because I needed the experience of flying through the air and being caught. I needed that experience in my being. I needed that experience. And when that happened for me, everything changed. Everything opened up. But that sense of falling, and then when you're done, right, as you're done doing your swinging and you're upside down and all of that, you flip. You do this beautiful backflip, and you land on this net. And you go, oh my God, that was so much fun. And then you're up to the ladder again, you go, yeah, I don't know about this, right? But the idea of falling into ease is really a mindset. But it's more than mindset. It's really a choice, an energetic and vibrational choice. So think about your life. Think about what's going on in your life. I know some of you, a lot of my retreat gals are here, and so we've just had this incredible weekend of diving deep. We've had this amazing weekend of remembering the truth of who we are, of reconnecting with ourselves and spirit and each other. We've had this amazing experience of replenishing. And now because I said that, I forgot what I was going to say. I'm so replenished, my brain doesn't work. But think about your life and what's going on in your life. Some of you are challenged. Some of your life is going along really great. But when we stand in our place of our humanity, right? When we stand in our humanity and we get focused on the challenges and the reasons why things don't work, I'm too this, I'm not enough that, yeah, I'm too old, I'm too young, I'm too tall, I'm too short, my eyes are brown instead of blue, or my eyes are blue. You know the stories, right? They're stories, and they are the stories that we have created through our lives, and they hold us down and they hold us back. Does anybody in this room or in this cosmos, because we've got live streamers all over the globe joining us, does anybody here have any semblance left in their being of not being enough? Well, not that many. Erin, you're doing good work. Oh, her hand's up. Notice mine is too, right? Right? But what we discover is that we have these limits, we have these patterns, lifelong limiting patterns. We have this stuff. And Eric Butterworth, who's one of our great teachers, and Emily Cady both talk about it, and using some different language, but it's really the pivot. So we can focus on what's wrong and how it's not right, and life is hard, and I don't know, together. Right? Or we can go, wow, look at that, and pivot and come over here. Doesn't mean life changes, but we choose to be in it differently. We can struggle together, or we can drop the struggle and fall into ease. When we fall into ease, here's the trick though, you cannot make your way into ease, right? You cannot struggle into ease, right? You cannot baby step from struggle to ease. You have to, it's quantum leap or it's fall. So it's like coming to this place of like, oh, that's happening. Notice it. Okay, so what? What's so? And then taking another step. It's almost like dropping the struggle. Who in here would be willing to drop the struggle of whatever it is you're struggling with? Quite a few hands on that one. So be willing to drop the struggle. So this is how we're going to do it. We're just going to try it. Are you ready? You want to try it? All right. So like feel the struggle in your being, like feel it in your body, like wherever it is. You know, for me, I get it in the back of my neck, you know, wherever it is, the belly, the back, the shoulder, the hips, the ankle, wherever it is. And just like sink into struggle. Sink into struggle. And then find that part of you that is done with struggle. There's part of you that might want to hold on to struggle, and that's fine. There's no judgment about that. It's just more fun when you're not struggling. So if you want to play, it's cool. If you don't, it's all right. So feel that struggle, like feel it weighing down your body, and then feel energetically, I'm not going to have you physically stand up, but feel energetically like standing up out of it, like rising up out of it. This is your Christ self. This is your essence. This is the truth of who you are. And that part of you, when you tap into by touching the stillness through your spiritual practices, through your awakening, through your fall program, through all of the things that you know to do, you can tap into that place. You can rise up and you can step right out. You can step right out and you can take off the glasses of struggle and put on the glasses of ease. Now, if you are struggling here, I just want to read you just a paragraph out of this. Some people are having really, really tough stuff. This is out of the chapter that's called In the Midst of Life. So, tough path. So sometimes we're on a tough path. And that tough path will wring you out the way you wring out a sponge after using it. It will push you and pull you to the ends of what you think you can handle and then give you some more to handle. You will feel emotions that you didn't even know existed and you don't even have words for. You will be turned inside out and scrubbed with a stainless steel Brillo pad. It's not fun, it's not easy, and it totally stinks. That's not the word in the book, but I am on the microphone. Oops, I turned 2 pages. There we go. It's squeezing you beyond what you think you can take, and you have my empathy and you have my compassion. When life totally stinks, when you are being so wrung out, here's my promise to you. You have my empathy, you have my compassion, you are supported. Get the support you need. If you need to reach out, reach out. If you need to get support, get support. But here's my other promise to you. You will get through it. You will be able to take the next breath. You will be able to take the next step. One of my favorite all-time quotes is from the Best Exotic Marigold Hotel. Everything will be all right in the end. And if it's not yet all right, don't worry, it's not yet the end. We are here on the planet and we have life opportunities. Some of them are really fun and glorious and fabulous. Some of them really are hard, but it will get better. So my offer to you today, my knowing for you today, my invitation to you today, my challenge to you today. Are you up for a challenge? 2 people. How about the rest of you? Okay, maybe you're not up for a challenge. Would you be willing to play with me today? I mean, I've come a long way to be here, so would you play with me? Would you humor me by playing with me? Yes? How about up in the corner? All right, how about over here? How about in the back? How about in the balcony, the sound guys? How about in the cosmos? How about on the live stream? Are you willing to take a challenge together? Okay, good. Here's the challenge. Look at where you are. Accept and allow what is. So much of our suffering comes from resistance to what is. Accept what is. Tell the truth about what is. This stinks. This hurts. My heart is breaking. My bank account is empty. My relationship is falling apart. Whatever it is for you, tell the truth about it. Do not pretend. In New Thought and Unity, we're really master pretenders. Yes? No, everything's fine. Okay, I hope so. Good. And if it's not, tell the truth, because there's such power in telling the truth. When you tell the truth, especially about your pain and your struggle, it frees the energy from the cells of your being so that you can begin to work with it. Those places that are stuck, those places that are rigid, when you tell the truth, even to yourself, about what's going on, you can begin to work with that energy. You can begin to make a new choice. There are ways to simply, easily, gently, and quickly end those lifelong limiting patterns. Dissolve those invisible glass ceilings, because you are here. This is where your challenge comes in. You are here to make manifest the glory of God. You are here to let your light so shine. You are here to come to know and remember that you are love. And that you are loved. Can you accept the love that you are and the love that the universe has for you? Can you let your heart break wide open, your story dismantle, so that you can accept and receive the love that you are? Can you do it? Do you know how? If we knew how, we would do it, right? 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 She says, right? If I knew how, I would do it, right? Here's how you do it. You come to love yourself. You just come to love yourself. You come to accept love. You come to receive love. You come to this church and you be ministered to, but you don't just get a pickup on Sunday morning. You put these principles into practice in your life. Thank you. You take them out of your head and into your being. You know the truth. If you've been around this place for any amount of time at all, you know the truth. It's time on this planet to take it from our head, integrate it in our bodies, and bring it into the world. Does our world need us? Are you ready? Will you accept my challenge? Erin, will you hold them accountable? Will you be accountable to Erin as your senior minister here? Yeah, well, that was a little weaker, wasn't it? I'm not going to make up any stories about that. Would you be willing to be the light that the world needs? Would you be willing to be the love that the world needs? You cannot do it out there until you do it in here. Take a deep breath in. I make a commitment to love myself. Together. I make a commitment to love myself, to love the world, and to bring my light into the world. I hold that with you. I challenge you with that. I invite you to join me in that. Let us go about being the light and the love that we are here to be and bring that to this globe. Can I have an amen? Amen. And so it is. God bless you all.